Hello, I'm Pete, and today I'm going to walk you through how easy it is to integrate Squad into an existing application so that you can get feedback from your users to drive insights, develop opportunities, and then create solutions and hopefully drive meaningful product feature development within your application. And so, what we're going to do to demonstrate this is I'm going to take you through this is a quiz game that we're going to use as an example. You can see I've set up this workspace already. I've got some goals that we're looking to achieve. So these are going to give context for any of the insights that we've got. And I've also got a workspace set up. And within this workspace, we've got a guide on writing effective questions. We've got a how to play guide. And we've also got the research that happened as part of onboarding. So our workspace is set up, ready to go. Let's get some feedback into here. And so what we can do is we can integrate Squad directly into our existing application. And doing that super simple, we can go here to discover insights. We can then go to this API, direct API integration, and we can click into documentation. Now, the documentation here is very thorough. It's going to take you through how our API works and how you can integrate it. We've also got a quick start, which will let you prompt directly any kind of like coding agents that you use or AI enabled IDE. In this instance, we're going to use Claude. So we'll spin up Claude Code. I'm going to put that prompt in there and we're going to hit go. What this is going to be doing behind the scenes is it's going to be going out to Squad to read that documentation. It's going to then understand that for us. And then it's then going to evaluate the current code base that we're in. And it's going to see which user journeys make the most sense to add feedback to, how we might add feedback. And there's also an evaluation of your existing components such that it makes sense within the visual language of your application. If you're doing this just for an API layer, obviously it doesn't consider that, but it's going to consider what flows make sense. So the only other piece that we need to get this off the ground is we need an API key, and you can get those super easily by going in here, and we can go here and you just click create API key, and then you'd paste that into your environment. So let's let this cook, and then we'll see what plan it comes up with. Okay, so Claude's finished, and it's now given us a plan of how it thinks we should integrate Squad's feedback mechanisms into our existing application. So let's see, it's got a 3-phase implementation plan, and it looks like what it wants to do is create a reusable feedback component, which is perfect. And it looks like it's then going to integrate that into the finished game view, which I think makes a lot of sense. It means that once users have finished the game, they can leave feedback that's going to be useful. So maybe they've found bugs, or maybe there's feature requests that they've got. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, please integrate this, and we will see what that looks like in the finished application. So we've deployed the changes from Squad, and I've just run through an example game so we can see the components that Squad's made for us. So we've now got this share feedback button. So let's give this a click, and nice. You can see it's created a new page, and this follows all the same conventions and components that we used previously. So let's enter some feedback about this example quiz. So let's say players kept disconnecting, and we'll give that, I would say that's probably going to be a 1. Okay, and let's submit that. And we can see it's given us in a second place as well. So this is the player card, and so each player has the opportunity to give feedback. So let's add something interesting here. So I found the questions too easy. Nice. And we'll send that off as well. And so yeah, you can see again it's conforming to all the same components, which is very cool. Makes it very easy for us to integrate Squad. And now what we should be able to do is if we go back to Squad, we can check out the insights panel, and within here we're going to see, so we've already generated some insights. So this is connection stability, we're seeing issues with that, and we're seeing that it's too easy. So these are insights that are actually derived from the raw feedback. So if we go in here, we can see the raw feedback, and we can see this is feedback. Where did this come from? Game completion is the source of this. I see the room information. We can see the actual sentiment here. So this is from the player, and we've got the app version, which is very useful for figuring out what's happened. And then if we look into this is the feedback that happened from the host screen. So you can see that, and we're getting the page information and whatnot. So you can see how easy it is and how powerful it is to use Claude to integrate directly with our API. It's only one of many integrations we've got at Squad. We're going to be building these out over time, and hopefully it's going to help us get more and more feedback, and that's going to help drive more and more decisions as part of your product. Cheers.